So we have one more honoree, and uh, it is in recognition of the heroes that crises inevitably find. And here to present our DID award for the 2020 Pandemic Hero is District Leader Jonathan Gardenhire.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As Richard mentioned, our final award tonight is in recognition of the heroes that crises inevitably find. Eric Diaz is a lifelong resident of the Lower East Side. His family has roots in the neighborhood spanning 60 years. His grandparents moved from Puerto Rico and established several Lower East Side bodegas, one on 6th Street and Avenue D, and later Pitt Street and Rivington. Eric grew up in NYCHA Baruch houses and now lives on 9th Street and Avenue C. He attended public schools, graduating with honors, and received his high school diploma in 2006 from Murray Bertram. Eric is now the executive director of Vision Urbana. Vision Urbana is a highly regarded, Latino-founded, grassroots community nonprofit organization that has served the Lower East Side for over 25 years, providing family services, youth and workforce development, health and wellness workshops, food security, pantry delivery, financial and digital literacy training, and older adult programs, including a naturally occurring retirement community program. Vision Urbana provides access to critical programs and social services to residents and community members through their I just went through this already. Well, let's get to it. At the height of the pandemic, more than a third of the city's food pantries shut down. However, on the Lower East Side, the Vision Urbana Food Pantry, the only established operation of its kind in the neighborhood at that time, scaled its operations during the COVID-19 crisis. Thanks to a solid infrastructure and the solid commitment of staff and volunteers, the VU Home Delivery Pantry Program was able to not only feed over 2,000 families weekly, but also provide additional services such as telephone reassurance and counseling, making the community feel that they are cared for and will always have an agency to respond to them, as Vision Urbana has always demonstrated. Vision Urbana drew on its years of experience at the neighborhood level as a food pantry operator, with decades of knowledge concerning the community to pioneer a model that would serve the most vulnerable. Eric Diaz, the director of Vision Urbana, with the support of Vision Urbana's board, led by Reverend Dr. Marcos Rivera, marshaled all of its resources to meet the COVID crisis where it mattered most, our seniors and most vulnerable populations. During this time, Vision Urbana was able to help the community with another critical issue, the 2020 census. The Vision Urbana Census 2020 campaign, implemented over the last 4 months, motivated thousands of our community to participate in the 2020 census. The VU campaign went beyond distributing census information in pantry boxes and bags to designing and printing 25,000 door hangers in English, Spanish, and Chinese, which were placed twice on every NYCHA apartment door. That's over 14,000 households across NYCHA and Section 8 developments in the Lower East Side, from 14th Street to the Brooklyn Bridge. Their census message, if we are not counted, we won't count, has made a difference in the active participation of our residents that are usually marginalized by mainstream outreach efforts. Vision Urbana started as a community support effort by the Primitive Christian Church, a congregation started by Puerto Ricans, Latinos on the Lower East Side over 60 years ago, and has come a long way. Eric Diaz and Vision Urbana have worked tirelessly through the pandemic, ensuring that the people of downtown do not go hungry, among other things. It is with humble appreciation that we present our 2020 Pandemic Hero Award to Eric Diaz. And before I pass it to Eric, I have to just also give a shout out to one of the Vision Urbana volunteers, Rodney Washington, who has been on the ground at every single one of Vision Urbana's actions. So with that, I'll pass it to Eric, and I'm incredibly happy to honor Eric and to honor Vision Urbana and to highlight the work that they've been doing.
Thank you, Jonathan. And yes, thank you for that wonderful description of me and of Vision Urbana. I'm very honored to accept this award on behalf of Vision Urbana. As Jonathan had mentioned, it's an organization founded by one of the Lower East Side's treasured community leaders, Juan Cortez, whose vision was to provide hope for residents in the Lower East Side's forgotten and marginalized communities. I want to thank Vision Urbana's board, its chair, Dr. Marcos Rivera, my mentor, our president, my boss, and another treasured community leader and source of guidance for thousands of residents and community leaders. I'm joined with my wife and my one-year-old son, Emmaus, who at the breakout room had the pleasure of introducing them to Victoria and Liz. He just turned a year and 2 months. That's my beautiful wife, a friend for 15 years. 15 years now, right? About 15 years. And we've been married for 3 wonderful years and had a beautiful COVID anniversary serving the community. And speaking of COVID, at the height of the pandemic, more than a third of the city's pantries shut down. However, on the Lower East Side, Vision Urbana's food pantry, the only established operation of its kind, scaled up to meet the crisis. Thanks to a solid infrastructure, the solid commitment of staff and volunteers, of whom include Maria Scarfo, who's my Deputy of Senior Services and Healthy Living Initiatives, who operates all of Vision Urbana's senior services. She's also our NORC, Naturally Occurring Retirement Community Program Director at the Essex Street Crossing. Rodney Washington, who beyond a volunteer, we had to hire him, right? And make him part of the team. He's our food pantry coordinator who oversees and manages our pantry operations. If you live in District 1, you know Rodney Washington, and we're just so thankful to have him really be the backbone for our operation. Dolores Scott, our hardworking caseworkers, our deeply committed army of volunteers, the VU Home Delivery Pantry Program, what we call Pantry Express, was able not only to feed over 2,000 families, as Jonathan pointed out, but provide additional services. Right, Emmaus? Emmaus is just excited, that's all. Oh, my little baby boy. My heart. It's all right. Tears of joy, tears of joy. But not only just pantry, but we also provide additional services such as telephone reassurance, as Jonathan pointed out, making the community feel cared for. As Vision Urbana has always demonstrated since other crises like 9/11 and Hurricane Sandy, during the census 2020, I'm so happy Jonathan just did a great job describing it. We were able to be selected by the city of New York to be one of the agencies funded to help bring out the messaging of census completions. I'm happy to report that we were able to door hanger over 25,000 apartments in the Lower East Side, from Campos Plaza to the Alfred E. Smith. We were the largest NYCHA distribution of Census 2020 information and helped contribute to the largest completion rates in NYCHA. So we're just so thankful. And what a coincidence to be sharing the honor with Julie Menin, who I had the privilege of meeting also during this time when we were out in Chinatown with Manhattan Borough President Gail Brewer, celebrating the Census 2020 kickoff. As grateful as I am and humbled to receive this award, Vision Urbana is actively looking ahead to the days that are coming. One of our funders, the Robin Hood Foundation, recently put out a report detailing how during the pandemic, the number of people visiting a pantry have actually doubled since October of last year. So that report shows that existing safety net programs are really just not enough, which makes Vision Urbana's work that much more critical as we prepare for the second wave. We need additional volunteers, additional funding for staffing as we prepare to once again be the largest hub for pantry deliveries on the Lower East Side. A couple more things before we finish celebrating tonight. Vision Urbana is responding to the need this month by spearheading one of the largest turkey deliveries ever to NYCHA developments. This turkey drive was made possible by Grace Lee and Kim Lee, I think familiar names, and DID. Their support and confidence in Vision Urbana for the past year and a half has made it possible for us to do this kind of work and a historic distribution that we're about to do next week on Tuesday. Over 1,400 apartments are going to be reached, and we're actually doing a little small fundraiser. Right, Emmaus? I love that his first word is dad. That always gets me hype. I always get excited. And we're gonna be doing a small fundraiser to try to raise additional funding to get more families turkeys next week. Even before COVID-19, Grace and her husband have believed in the work and leadership of Vision Urbana. So we thank you, Grace and Kim. Thank you also, finally, to the district leader, Jonathan Gardenhire, for the DID members. Jonathan, thank you for your support these past year and a half. Vision Urbana has been providing home deliveries to over 400 senior residents every month during the pandemic at Jonathan's hometown and base, Alfred E. Smith Developments. And we're just happy to do that and support you as you support us. And VU will continue to do the work, but we look forward to new supporters and strengthening our existing core to meet the challenges in whatever form that they shape. Thank you all. Please follow us on social media. Visit our website at visionurbana.org. We're on Instagram, Facebook. Please spread the word. We're very humbled. Our board chair is very thankful that we've been recognized for tonight, and we will continue to do the work. So look forward to working hand in hand with everyone on this call. So thank you again. My shot. My shot. Yay. This is my boy. This is my boy. Oh,
the award.
You see that, amazing?
And Eric, I think you were wrong about one thing. You said his first words were Dada. I heard DID.